Hi Aquarius, welcome to the message, what you need to hear reading. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Thought this would be a good counterpart to what they're not telling you, and this looks at what they're not telling you and why, and what they could say to you if they could or would. So there you go. Everything else you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Okay. Page of Wands. All right, perhaps good news. The stirrings of an interest somewhere. Interesting. Okay. The Hangman. All right, so right out of the gate, Aquarius. Things are in limbo and in suspension right now, and perhaps somebody is or isn't working on changing a few things or their perspective, working on self-improvement or just shifting things around on a grand scale so that they can move forward with what they want. Nine of Cups, Four of Coins, Page of Swords, Three of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. All right, I'm going to be clarifying with this right here. Okay, maybe somebody's waiting to hear good news. Perhaps that's what it is. All right, so Aquarius, what's this Nine of Cups about? Okay, yeah, what I said about waiting to hear good news. This is about somebody, they're not going to say it, but they're quite happy. And if anything's going to transpire, it's going to be on their terms. Okay, so this is, they might not be telling you that. They might not have spoken it out loud, might not have admitted to it, but there it is. They're quite content with what they have and where they're at and what they're doing. And they might have secretly wanted the relationship because they've just got to a point where they felt like the relationship was stuck. And if things are going to progress, they want it to be on their terms, or at least what they want. They're pretty resolute about that. That's why things are in suspension, because they're not willing to give anymore or do anymore. It looks like this is a past breakup for some of you. We've got the Hangman here. Things are just in suspension. Both of these are about being stuck. So it could be that they're quite fine with things being stuck. They're not interested in unsticking it because they like the separation or the suspension or things just being where they're at. Maybe they want things to stay the same. They don't want to progress. Okay, so what's, again, with the control and, yeah. I feel like this is someone that's only able to give a certain amount, again, with the things staying stuck, or they want things to be on their terms. This could be a very immature, self-absorbed energy, or someone that's only willing to go so far in a relationship because it's about them getting the most out of it, them maintaining a certain level of control. It could be that they've got a lot going on and they're only to give so much and so far, and they don't want a relationship to progress back past that point. But this feels like someone is kind of has their own interests first. Just saying. They've got their own interests first here. And again, with another page. So this feels like they're, again, with the waiting. So it's probably been a breakup. Or you're noticing that the relationship has gotten kind of stagnant. And the thing is that this person, either way, there's not a whole lot going on, if anything at all, especially if there's a breakup. And this person is watching and waiting. They might be watching you through social media. It could be indirect communication, but they feel like they're defensive. So any kind of communication with them would not be a good idea. It doesn't feel like they're open, and it feels like they, in a way, that some of them might be a little petty about the ending, they're thinking, oh, this is over, or I'm done with this. And it might just be a very easy strategic decision for them to make. So even though it might be over, they still might be following or lurking on social media or indirect communication, maybe asking about you, but they're only willing to go involve whatever to a certain point. And you, what's this Three of Wands about? We got 3 pages here. Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Page of Wands. Let me see what that is. What's 3 pages? Dispute. Yeah, someone's kind of not happy about this ending, or they're thinking it's over, and they're kind of petty. You got these two right here, petty. Or what's this 3 of Wands about here? Ace of Swords, another ending. Okay, ending in a new beginning. So this is a no-fly zone, and this just flew out. Again, with the online, okay, we got, so this could be you starting off again by yourself, just making a clean cut and a break and going off online by yourself. It could be that you're going to meet, well, this is you, Aquarius. So I was like, good boy, you're going to meet an Aquarius. Well, this is you. This is about you putting other options or searching elsewhere and investing in those options instead of continuing to sort of beat your head against the wall with this person that's just kind of non-responsive. Just only willing to go give so much and go so far. This is a very young energy that you're not going to get past the walls or their desires. They like the way things are. And this is someone that's very much more into receiving than they are giving. And this is saying cut your losses, invest elsewhere. Online might be a good place to look, but be decisive, be clear, just cut your losses. Basically, invest other options elsewhere. If you already have done that, this is about those being, this is a good luck card for that. So if you do have offers or options out there, this is saying that it's, that your ships are going to come in basically, but no more time given to this person. They see it as over anyway, I think. Even though it still feels like they're keeping track of you though somehow. All right, what's this Wands about? 4 pages, right? 1 to 2 pages. Well, you know what? I'm counting it as 4. What the heck? All right. Oops. All right. Hold on. What's this Page of Wands about here? Okay, Aquarius. Just so you know, when I looked up 4 pages, it said illness. Just saying. For some of you, that could have been the reason why there was this breakup, because someone had a condition that it might have been too taxing on the relationship, and maybe they were selfish, or maybe they're like, you know what, you brought this on yourself. Maybe they're passing judgment and saying you need to fix this yourself or something. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not letting you take my resources. Hence the breakup. Hence I'm happy with the way things are until you get whatever self-inflicted illness. If that's their judgment, not mine. But that it could be that's what that's saying. However, moving on. This right here is whatever. If you could say something to them, what they would need to hear from you is that you had a lot going on, and things are going really well for you, and I hope you're doing okay. They want for nothing from you, honestly. This is them probably keeping track of you through friends or social media, but they only want to hear good news and that you're doing well, and that you got a lot going on, and that you're busy and you're achieving and things are going great for you. That's what they'd want to hear from you. They're not really interested in hearing about anything else from you, Aquarius, which is very strange, honestly. It's like this. Okay, all right, shutting up. Okay, there's no connection here. Whoever you're thinking about, Aquarius, there's no connection here. We got swords. We got pages. Somebody had a little interest and then it was gone. Aquarius. This is like saying I only want to hear good news. I only want to keep it superficial and there's no depth there. Just like, oh, I'm doing good, great, awesome, thumbs up, like, whatever, Aquarius. Oh, that's interesting. Destiny. Here we go with Destiny here. This is about free will. So to some degree, there's protection and divine guidance, and things are, preordained, destined, that sort of thing, but there is free will. And this is the meeting of the two, saying that your free will choices will be divinely guided and protected. So chicken or the egg, like which came first? Is it free will, or is it divine guidance making you choose that free will, choose that choice? But either way, you're in a period to where you're being watched after, looked over, and your progression forward is protected, and there's spirit is watching and waiting. Huh. Okay. Because of because of the way the cards are, I don't see this as a birth or a pregnancy. I just see this as you're on the precipice to making some changes in your life, and this is probably you figuring out how to do that, and you're being helped from the other side. Aquarius. Compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Again, part of this sort of restructuring thinking or figuring out how to get from here to here by sort of making some changes in your life might involve you being more compassionate towards yourself, towards others and their choices, that sort of thing. Releasing judgment. Just saying. All right. If they could say... I could say one thing to Aquarius, what would it be about? Aquarius. No, you know what? Let's change it to Spirit. Spirit could say one thing. What would it be? Yes, Spirit. Spirit could say one thing to Aquarius. Again with the Guardian. Okay, so you're being watched over, and look, this is a critical time for you right now. Again with the protection, divine guidance, and destiny card right here, as well as here, and you being in a pivotal space. This is about you being divinely protected and watched over while you're transitioning, okay? While you've got a lot going on, this of Wands could also be about you restructuring, just taking a lot on emotionally. There's just a lot going on for you. And part of that is you making some changes and being kind to yourself and being shown compassion while you're making these necessary changes in your life. This is not a person to go to for that. They only have superficial interest. Cut your losses, cut bait. Do not invest anymore in this person. They're perfectly happy where they're at, and they want everything on their terms only. They're not willing to give an inch. Okay, so not even concern yourself with them. All three of these are about compassion and being protected while you're transitioning. This has nothing to do with this person. So this is like, I'm thinking this is a breakup that happened a while ago, Aquarius. But you're still thinking about them. Don't. All right. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.